Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk TV. Welcome to the channel. Late night show on Monday to reminiscence on what it was a great weekend for the Toon fans. We beat Man United. Other than Win, who was gutted about the unfortunate demise of his club, Manchester United. Everybody else is happy. So, Jamie, DX, Gary, Mighty
Hello.
Win in the building.
Evening.
Welcome, folks. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Very important. Please become a member if you can. Enjoy all kinds of perks that we bring out to you. And we are here. By the way, we have to confirm, because the club has confirmed, that Jamie, I'm hearing your rabbit or your frog ribbit. So you might want to wear headphones, man.
Okay.
Every week, this guy, man, that's another mighty win, man, in the making. We tell this guy the same thing every week, man. and Jamie took offense to that, so he's taking it. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh no.
Hey, I am so. Listen to me. I am. Look what this.
What's going on,
We getting raided. Or was it? Listen, Jefferson. I forgot to listen to your message because. Come on, man. Stop sending voice messages, man. You got time for that? You'd be like, it's like the mighty wind doesn't listen to voice messages. But no, I was hoping that I forgot about it, man. But now you're here, so that's good. You got the link. D-Man as well. D-Man, I thought you were in America, man.
No, but I'm back from Vegas from last week, man. I came back last week.
You spent all your money over there in Vegas, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did.
My wife is on Vegas, man, and boy, they can gamble, man. They can give us some money away, boy.
Good times, man.
Yeah, well, good stuff. Good
I
stuff.
was at the game yesterday as well. I was at the game.
Really?
Yeah.
And you about to go? And you about to go Wednesday too?
No, I'm not going Wednesday.
Oh
no,
yeah,
no.
that's not. It's at home. Yeah, I forgot you. Yeah, you're a Crystal Palace fan, so you go.
Behave.
No, listen. Glad that you guys have joined us. Of course, we got a good panel going. Hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And the club has confirmed. I guess we can start with that. Our manager has pneumonia, and he will be out for the whole week, even the Villa match. So he'll be back, I guess, the following week. And boy, that's a tough one though. For some reason, I kept thinking that's what it was. It's a tough one, pneumonia, and you just don't get back. I'm hearing my voice. Somebody's. Do you hear that echo, or is it just me?
There's a parrot in the house.
Yeah.
Somebody's got the TV on or the phone on, so turn it down. Look at Win. Is that you?
It's a good recap.
Come on, Win. Anyway,
About 21. Your time's up. Oh, about 12. Are you in trouble?
well, look at does Win hear us, man? What is it?
Winton is on the
He's low. Hey.
Been on the LSD tonight.
He's got a few prohibited browsers open. He's trying to close down quickly.
Punani.
He's got his OnlyFans club on. What's going on?
Come on, man. Win, you can't hear us, man? Oh, he's knackered, man. Come on.
His OBS is troubled.
Oh, my God. Come on, man. Oh, Win is gone. We pissed him off, man. We pissed him off. All right. Well, listen, guys.
He's got a graphic behind him saying 1926 and a picture of the old First Division trophy.
Yeah.
And 2026 and a picture of the Premier League. And we didn't win the league in 1926. We won it in 1927.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no.
Won't be the first time he's wrong. He usually is every day, man. All right, so the club confirming that Eddie is going to be out. Any thoughts? I mean, obviously, we best wishes, to Eddie to get back as soon as possible. But Tindall, man, 1 out of 1. Perfect right now, man. Tindall's on the roll, baby. Sam throwing a super chat here. Thank you, mate. Says everyone's happy when we win every week. That is right. That is right, man. And we got a game in hand that we're going to have to win. And we're going to do the preview tomorrow. But what do you guys think? It was an unbelievable match against Man United. Although I kept saying, we're a better team. So
well, they are. They are. I mean, to be fair, I've seen some poor sides in my time, and unfortunately, the only thing that Man U have got now is a badge, because literally from top to bottom, it's just awful. But you look at everything that's happening, not on the field, the background with all these changes, penny pinching just to try and get back on foot. I saw on X earlier on that there was somebody taking the pee out of us, a Man U fan taking the pee out of us about our signings. What we bought in, Asula, alike. Lewis Hall, we paid 28 million for, and all of a sudden he's taking the mickey, and I'm not so sure they should be taking the mickey now. This was at the start of the season. In January. It's going back a few months, but you look at where they are in the league, and potentially could be 14th, 15th if they carry on the way they are. And for a club as big as these boys, that's just dire. I mean, I don't blame Amarin at all. I mean, he can only work with what he's got. He's been gifted these players. But if you're playing a system that your players just can't play, then surely you have to think of something else as a coach. And the only thing I can think of is, like I say, he's fixed in his ways. Eddie Howe in the past has been criticised by some of the panel to say that, he's only got one plan. But when the plan's working, why change it? And I think the criticism from us, it was the fact that when it's not working, have we got something else to go to? And for me, I looked at them yesterday, and the team changed from an hour and a half before the match. I mean, if you read the Sunday papers, you knew that Onana wasn't even in the squad. I mean, it was there's so many leaks out there. He didn't even travel. And if I'm honest with you, Chris, I look at those two keepers, and like I said while I was doing the live commentary, we may criticise our keepers at times, but I'd rather have Gillespie in than any of them two that play for Man U, because they are bloody awful.
Yeah.
I think he's trying. Sorry, I think he's trying to. You can see what Amarin's trying to do with his style of play, and I appreciate him sticking to it, because at the end of the day, he must have been promised come the summer he's going to be able to get his own players in, and it's probably best to put his stamp on it now when there's nothing at stake, really. They was never going to win the league. They might even still win Europa League, I don't know, but they're not going to get relegated. So you might as well start now, and then when you get your players in, it's an easier transition. Because they're not going to be this bad next season. They can't be. It's damn near impossible, because they are trash. Yeah,
they are.
And the person, they've been mismanaged from top to bottom. So this has been coming for a few years now. Whether it's Ten Hag or Amarim, the way they've been managed from top to bottom.
We are knackered.
It was bound to be a struggle for them, which I'm enjoying, by the way, because they ruined my childhood. They absolutely ruined my childhood. So and I'm glad that. And I keep saying, all these London-based Man United fans, no matter what, they're all glory hunters. No matter how they dress it up, my uncle supported so and so, or my dad would. No, you're glory hunters. Yeah. So now you have to suffer like we suffered for years. So
that's right,
long may it continue, man. Long may it continue.
Yeah. All right, then. Well, what do you guys think? DX, let me get your thoughts on the weekend, man. You good? You Southampton fans? Well, we got fans from all over the world today. He lives, but his uncle is a Southampton fan. I apologize.
Yeah, my uncle's a Torquay and Southampton fan. Yeah.
There you
go. I was really happy because a lot of us here, probably pretty much everyone here, grew up, apart from Mighty Win, grew up watching Man United win title after title. Well, I suppose they were winning in the 50s and stuff, weren't they? But yeah, winning title.
No, not in the 50s they weren't.
Or the 60s maybe. It's kind of like watching the reverse of that. I never thought it would happen. I never thought they would implode like this after Ferguson left. But every season, the points total either stays the same or gets lower for them. We've seen the graph. And just to watch them yesterday, my God, they were terrible. It could have been more really than 4-1. I mean, the defensive mistakes they were making were unbelievable. I thought we played well in the second half, and actually not bad in the first half either. And it's a good sign now. We're in a good place. We still a bit of work to do. Let's not get carried away just yet. We've got Palace. We've got a couple of other hard games, but we're definitely, us and Man City are in pole position now for those below the top two for those other positions. So
damn, us and Man City. When When did you ever think you were going to hear that? But now we're back. So listen, I was going to get to Jamie to well, we're going to hear from Jefferson. I was trying to be polite, but the mighty win he's an opportunist, is
of the highest order.
So all of a sudden he wants to bring things from the past. So we're going to give him the opportunity. I do apologize. I do apologize to people because this wasn't my intentions. Jefferson, this is not what I called you in for, man. But apparently,
is this an ambush? Is this an ambush?
It's an ambush. It's an ambush. So, what do you want to do, man? And your thing is muted, but okay, that's good now. So you should be able to play whatever receipts you want to bring to the table.
How can you do this, Win?
Win. I just on your screen, fool. Just play it.
Jason Tindall, that might not be helpful. Actually get someone that knows the game at a higher level, because I think respectively, no disrespect to them, we've got to remember that in terms of actual playing, they played League One or whatever it was. I think we do need a higher caliber of tactician. But I think the main thing is when you get those inconsistencies, so we talked about those mistakes on the defence, that's tiredness. Because when you get tired, you make mistakes. And a lot of that comes from the style of play. It's not sustainable. They cannot just keep running. We need to evolve into a possession-based style team.
But they're not doing any running.
We need a new manager to do that. I really think we've reached our limit, because I don't know about you guys.
Ooh.
I'm sick and tired of having the same conversations. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of us putting in poor performances and having the same things to discuss every week. The same people make the same errors. It feels like we're not learning. It's an endless cycle. But I feel like the manager gets a pass because he can speak well. He's like very Southgate statement-esque. Oh, he's a nice guy. I think the time's come, guys. Obviously, I think.
Are you ready to submit yet? Are you ready to
No.
submit?
Hey, Jefferson, man,
I could keep it going. It gets worse. Should I just stop now and take your cooking?
Hindsight's a beautiful thing, isn't it? You can have a nice little time machine. So it's very easy to speak right now after we've been through it. But yeah, I think what I'd mentioned before was very justified, and the timing of it, I think, I can't remember if that was after the Bournemouth game. I could be wrong. I remember being fuming for a reason. I can't remember if it was after Bournemouth or after the Brighton FA Cup, potentially. I can't remember. But listen, I think some of the things I've said are still valid. I still think we need to evolve to a possession-based team. We are starting to see some positive signs, particularly yesterday. I know it was a game that we dominated, but there were still some lovely pastures of play. But we want that 24/7, and a part of that will be the recruitment. So the summer will be the proof in the pudding. Will Eddie be backed, and what kind of players he'll bring in? What will he bring in? Will they be players that can evolve the team? But I think in terms of a time stamp, a snapshot, when that was, I think I was a bit fuming and frustrated.
No, but I mean, you've never been really a Eddie Howe fan though this whole season, man. So
he did make some valid points though. He did.
But he did make good points. I'm not. Because
because I heard I think what pundit was saying that as good as our midfield is, we probably could argue at the best midfield in the league. They don't control games that they should. Yeah, it's their physicality. Obviously, they're technical players, but it's their physicality. They overrun opposition. But like I said, for next season, if we're going to be in the Champions League, we've got to learn to keep possession, because no matter who we play, whether it's, I think Leicester had more possession than us at some point. Leicester, Man United, that can't be sustainable if we're going to be playing that amount of games throughout next season. So that bit I do agree with. He does have to tweak, but obviously Eddie Howe at the moment doing a fantastic job, and even I had to admit that a while ago. Like I've changed my opinion on him, but yeah, there are some elements that you still need a bit. We do need to improve. We need to show some involvement in that.
I think the one thing you've got to look at is the fact that you're quite right when you said about the three midfielders, but each midfielder brings you something totally different. I think if you have a look at what Eddie Howe has changed, and I'm not saying Eddie Howe on his own, I think it's obviously a lot of the coaching staff as well. What Eddie Howe has tried to do this year, instead of the lads running, he's allowed the ball to run. Ball's round, it never gets out of breath. And I think the only criticism I can say, and I do it every week when I'm doing the watch-alongs, and even when I'm at the ground, I think we try and force the issue too quick. I think we're too eager to get the ball to the forward line, sometimes too soon, and even when the pass isn't there. I mean, I don't mind them doing it when the pass is there, but I think sometimes we just need to put our foot on it and take a look. Instead of being 100 mile an hour all the time. Now, when you look at percentages of play and things like that, yes, we haven't always had the fair share of the ball, but possession's only 9/10 of the law. And the amount of times I have seen this season, not against Newcastle, against other teams, where they have dominated the ball, but it's the opposition that's hit the onion sack. And having the ball at your feet doesn't give you 3 points. But I understand what you're saying. I think sometimes we are going to come up, especially if we get into Europe, into the latter stages, you're going to come up against teams that will punish you if you continuously give the ball away. So I think there has got to be a lesson learned to a degree with that.
I think if you want to win anything, you're going to have the ball. I mean, this Simeone type football, just to keep it modern so people know what we're talking about, where you just give the ball to the opposition and pray for the best. That doesn't, it's a waiting game. You don't depend on yourself. So I think that's the argument. But against Man United, though, I mean, we ran them out the park, Jamie. Did we not? You were in the stadium. Jamie.
Sorry, on mute. Sorry, mate. My earphones have run out of battery, so I might not be the best sound. But yeah.
I hear you.
I think it's a bit like Gary said, they just offered nothing, didn't they? Actually, I was a bit disappointed that they didn't get one towards the end, because I had a bet on Newcastle to win by with a handicap with 3 goals. So if they'd got one more, I'd have got a pretty penny. But I think that they're doing it to sort of conserve energy for the games that are ahead. So I understand. But making 5 substitutes just takes the team and makes it a bit disjointed.
Yes.
But yeah, you know what? I can't kick the thought that they're just slimy and jammy, aren't they, Man United? Like last year, winning that FA Cup and costing us a European place, which I think worked out for the best. But I can't shake the fear that they're going to actually win this Europa League, which will mean, even though they've had this crap season, they've still got a very decent trophy out of it, and they'll get a Champions League place next year. Because if Man United and Tottenham are both lower mid-table bin fires and they don't have Europe next year, that's them out of the running. That gives us a really good shout at doing something in the Premier League next year. And it could give Amrin a chance to build something, but I don't know where they're going to raise money from sales or anything, because what they've got is terrible.
Rashford, maybe. It's about one of the only ones, isn't he?
Garnacho.
Yeah.
I'll take Garnacho.
Maybe we'll buy Garnacho for the right one.
What?
Don't get D-Man started.
Not a chance. He's overrated garbage.
Absolutely. He's great with space.
Garbage.
He's great with space around him. But you look yesterday, you touch him, and he doesn't want to know.
His decision making is
he's
poor.
not physical. Right. Yeah, he's not a physical player whatsoever.
Yeah, but with Eddie Howe,
kind of imagine him ending up with Everton.
No,
really?
He's going to go at Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, La Liga.
Yeah, I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But just to make a point, yesterday in terms of the game, particularly the second half, clearly that's where the game was won and lost. I think it was a situation where Man United, for the game anyway, reached whatever their top level was, and we had other gears to go. And I don't know if it was thanks to Jason Tindall at half time, because I texted the boys in the group and I said, we are being a bit naive at times, where I think we're getting over eager, a little bit similar to what Gary was saying. I noticed so many times Bruno and Tonali were getting in the same space, and then they'd hit us on the counter. That resulted in the goal, but they had a few other chances. There was the Xerxes chance. There was another chance I think they struck wide, and I thought, this is stupid, because if they do end up taking chances, I'm going to be absolutely fuming. And I noticed our shape was way more disciplined in the second half. We really picked our moments and kept possession well. So I think Tindall must have given some instructions at half time and rejigged the shape a bit, and that was key to us coming out on top in the second half.
I couldn't believe how high Bruno was at times. I mean, I thought he was going to get a nosebleed. He was more or less a striker most of the time out of that midfield. So it was weird. Just before I forget, I was going to say to you two, You two must be like the London Craig Hope. Because when you were doing your blogs, walking along the road, chatting away to your phones there, I'm thinking, my God, it's like the London Craig Hope down these two down here. It's great. It's amazing. Talking football. I'm like, what? What am I watching here, man? I need to get out on the street. If I get on the street here, I'll get bloody mugged. I'm telling you now. They take me phone.
It's safe around these parts, mate. You're protected around these parts. Don't worry.
Hey, Win, you back, man?
Yeah, I can hear you again. I don't know what happens when
you talk shite. That's what happens, man. When you say
listen,
the system detects it.
I ain't the one that talks shite on this panel.
But Win, don't you want to wait to the end of the season because you never?
He's done. He's done, man.
You never know.
There's two over there who talk a lot of shit.
No, I never said Eddie out. Yeah, I never said that. Jefferson said that. You got to stand on it.
No. You were in the queue behind.
But no, actually, winning changes things. He doesn't get it. You know, he feels like, okay, you were wrong. I'm right. No, winning changed things, man.
That's called 2020 hindsight.
That's what you were doing. That's what you're doing.
With Saturday in November.
Win, let me ask you something.
Oh, you've got
those first 15 games because they were absolutely shocking.
He can't hear you, brother.
I can't.
You can't hear me.
No. System's gone.
I'll put it out there to anyone. Yeah, I reckon anyone that says they were still happy with the team, that they had faith after those first 15 games, where most of the performances were shit, yeah, is chatting absolute fraff. Because we were awful starting that season. And when it got to Palace, I was blowing a gasket, and I'm sure I remember Chris. I swear you did like a one-off. Chris, I'm sure you did a one-off shoot where even you were pissed. I think you did one on Wilson where you were cussing Wilson, but I'm sure you did one where you were just like, enough is enough.
Damn, man, you ain't gotta bring that up.
I mean, everyone reached their limit, and that's all. I'm only human, man.
I'm not changing what I think. I think that Eddie Howe screwed up at the beginning of the season, and then he got it right. You know, now if he would have kept being stubborn and put Longstaff over Tonali,
that's the one.
I can see that. Anybody can see it. So I would expect a professional manager to see that. Now they're gonna say people like Win and maybe Jamie. Jamie is a little bit winnish at times, but you know they're gonna say that he sees them in practice. He sees everything. The most important thing is on the match, man, what they do on the pitch. I say trust Harvey Barnes. He can win you games. He can just rub the limp and make something happen. No, he's just a 5-minute player. He just comes in. I think D-Man, you were fault for saying that as well, if I'm not mistaken. You know about Harvey Barnes. I was never saying to sub Gordon for Barnes, but I wasn't taking the criticism of Barnes as if he wasn't a good player. People said that it was one of our worst signings ever. I mean, I think that was a little too far.
I don't know about worst signing ever, but he wasn't performing. He started well, but when he was getting his opportunity, he wasn't doing anything with it. Maybe he needed the run of games. I don't know.
He looked disillusioned, didn't he? He was playing 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he get a start maybe once.
And put on the right hand side and stuff like that. To be fair to him, but
he just looked fed up.
He's a player. He's a player that he's not somebody that he's fast and he's going to run. So you put him on and he just runs. He needs to warm up. You know what I mean? He's a player. He's a creative player. So you need to give him the chance. Cheers to Sam. Says Eddie's proven over time that he adjusts his tactics per opponent. No signings for 3 windows. Sold 2 young studs. Put respect on Eddie's name. Yeah, we got.
Hold on. Does he change? Okay, he changed it for Arsenal in the League Cup second. But when does he really change his tactics? Don't worry. There's stuff like set pieces and stuff. He will adjust those kind of things. But in-game management, and he's not reactive. He's not proactive. Yeah, in terms of his changes, I'm yet to see that. Like that. I'm not sure he changed it per opponent. I'm not really sure about that because we know how we play. No.
Yeah,
we know how we play. That's what he states, though, isn't it? Yeah, I think what Sam's trying to get is what Eddie Howe states in a lot of his presses. You know, he does tinker with a couple of it, but I think it's going to be more small things rather than major things. I mean, the one big thing for me that I've noticed is whoever's playing left-hand side, whether it's Anthony Gordon or whether it's Harvey Barnes, is the relationship now closer to Isak. because both our fullbacks on that left-hand side have both got energy. They've both got the legs to get up and down the park, and he tries to utilise that. What I liked against Man U yesterday was the fact that when they pull the ball over to the right and they brought that extra man over to block our attack down that left-hand side, didn't work out the first half at all. It was all over the place. They kept on blocking us down. The transition of the ball to the right-hand side is where we needed to go and go quickly. And a couple of our goals come from that right-hand side where the ball was... They was expecting that left-hand side all the time. Harvey Barnes with those late runs, diagonal, like from left to right, more like left to centrally, I should say. And I think that, to me, is, like I say, I don't think Eddie Howe shows too many cards. Like you said, D-Man, it's not going to be a tactical change where you notice things. I think it's more a tactical thing where he's looking at individual opponents rather than, a tactical change.
I think he just doesn't he doesn't say anything. 1, 2, 1, 2. We hear
3, 4, 3, 4.
We hear you 1, 2.
Can't hear you.
Oh.
Not even on your phone either, man. Oh my God, this dude.
Maybe it's just his hearing. Maybe
that's what happens when you go against Jefferson, mate.
Come on, man. You're cursed, man.
He deserves it for setting me up.
Exactly. It was a setup, man. Listen, we give to 5 memberships trying to give back, so they have gone to Valhalla Gamer, Fitz Nutrition, Raphael Rue. They are also going to David Collier and David R. So welcome to the NTTV Plus membership, and thanks to all of it. Please renew that when you get a chance, and hit the like button. Come on, hit the like button right now so we can reach as many Toon fans as we can. Where were we? By the way, on the Europa thing, I have hope that Athletic Bilbao will do something there.
Yeah,
so,
the finals at their ground, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think Athletic Bilbao, he's an underrated club, man. I know Wynn thinks that football is only played in England, but Athletic Bilbao Club Bilbao is pretty good, and Tottenham are there as well. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't trust that.
Let's all do a Spursy.
And Lyon is a good team, and they're going to be playing away though. The next one, aren't they? I mean, or at home.
Well, you can see Man United losing that. You look at Man United in every game. Whoever they're playing, you think they could cock this up.
Lyon should have smashed them at their place. They had that many chances, but didn't take them.
They murdered them first half, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dilemmas, haven't they? Who do they play in goal and all of that kind of thing. We've got happy dilemmas. We've got do we play Gordon or Barnes? They've got, do they play? Who's the least bad of these players?
Who's the least bad? Yeah, one's bad with his hands, the other one's bad with his feet.
Did you not hear Bruno's interview? There's a bit of arrogance,
yeah, he's a
turn up for the big games, and all we're thinking about is Thursday. It's a bit like, what?
That's just salty.
It's arrogant. It's arrogant, and that's Roy Cavian, the king of guitar there.
Greetings.
Flipping the Man U. I saw somewhere that I don't know if it's true, but they're saying that Bruno Fernandes demands a new transfer. A transfer request or something after defeating his Newcastle. I don't know how true that is by caught offside because they
got shown who the Rue Bruno is. That's why.
Absolutely.
With all of that, Bruno was telling you, "This is me, mate."
It's quality, isn't it? I mean, what makes me laugh though with them three, and it's all three of them up front. As soon as the ball passes them, that's it. They give up. There's nothing about getting back and supporting. Now, Bruno Fernandes, who, he's supposed to be the best player that United have got, the other United, I should say. And like I said, to me, he only plays with the ball's at his feet. He doesn't want to know when the ball's not at his feet.
Yep, that's a good point. I mean, they're just a shite club, so I mean, it is what it is. Right now, at least, they got history. You can't deny that. But right now, they're you think. That's one thing, I guess, that as much as people talk about Arsenal, but they're still second. You can still say they might fight for the league at some point. And Liverpool are there. Man City, as much as they are having not a good season up to their standards, they're still there. Chelsea, kind of irrelevant, to be honest. They're just I don't even know. The Chelsea are going I don't know what's happening, but it was great in the beginning of the season, and now they're just floating. But Man United are literally in the gutter, man. Along with Tottenham, to be honest.
all those clubs that you named as well, if you said you can take one player from each of those clubs for nothing, you'd have a little bit of thought. You'd say, Saka or Martinelli or whatever, and every one of those clubs has somebody like that. You look at that Man United squad and you just think, I wouldn't want anybody. No one from that squad would get in our team. You'd probably, if you had the pick of them, you'd probably take Ahmad.
Yeah, the left back.
He's the only player I would take.
The one who's injured, yeah.
Is that the Mackham?
Injured at the minute,
Mackham. Yeah.
That's the Mackham. So you're right. That's a good point right there. That's a good point. So what do we make then from the game on over the weekend? I think we got the game. We won it when we wanted to. Really. I mean,
great goals as well.
It was superb goals.
Tonali's goal.
Oh man, Tonali is just exquisite, man.
Isak's assist.
Isak.
I mean, I feel like the commentator actually did it an injustice. He said, "Oh, he's miscontrolled."
He miscontrolled it. Yeah, I was going to say it was crazy, that wasn't it?
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's crazy.
You can't do much about that. But yeah, it's a great goal. Barnes' goal, second goal was.
Yeah, the second goal was.
Yeah, like burst of pace through the middle.
I mean, unbelievable.
Unreal.
Gets through the middle. I mean, the way he gets through the middle.
Yeah, but I mean, what was Lindelof doing? You know what I mean?
He was awful.
But we look at that, and that's what annoyed me with Garnacho's goal, because rather than keeping Barnes on that right hand side, which would have marked Garnacho, somebody from the middle. I'm not saying Trippier because obviously he had Xerxes on his left hand side, but surely Shaw could have come out and closed that space a little bit more and kept some shape. And I think, unfortunately, Byrne making that decision to come away from Garnacho opened the avenue for him to go on and get that goal, which they were totally not deserved. The only bit of skill that Man United actually shown the entire match is what you said, D, was between Bruno Fernandes and Xerxes. It was a lovely little back heel. He's like triangle into space where he had this. Unfortunately, fortunately for us, it was literally down Pope's throat. But it was a reaction shave that he needed to do.
It's a decent save.
Can we look at Pope's kicking again? Jesus Christ, he's pathetic. He's so bad.
That's the thing, man. People are oblivious to that because we won a cup, so now he's the best goalkeeper in the world. It's just certain things don't make things. Just because you won doesn't mean the others are right or should be allowed. Eddie Howe does also things based on loyalty.
Free dubs.
And you can say, I could appreciate a guy that shows loyalty, but he didn't show loyalty to Dubravka. As soon as he signed, the ink wasn't even dry yet, and he said, "You're not going to start the next game." So it's not fair. And this guy, he's going to commit an error that's going to cost us game.
You know what? This is bollocks. The save Pope made in the cup final.
Oh, he just raised his arm up.
I agree with that. I
don't know about you, Jamie, but
yesterday as well.
Jamie,
they turn into goal scoring opportunities.
I know that, but I don't know about you, but I do expect my goalkeeper to raise his arms up, and so he did that,
wasn't it? Come on, Chris.
No, but he did this. He did this. Come on, man.
And I expect him to dive. Dubravka down his right, left him in every time. And you know what? Well, we're in the Champions League places and we've won a cup, so I don't think it's happy clapping to be quite happy instead of complaining about the amount of possession we've got and the goalies' kicks. What's it going to take next year? Eh?
Let's qualify for the thing first.
The thing is, though, I think the warning signs are there in terms of that's in a game that we're dominating. Yeah. So what happens in a game when we're under pressure and we have to keep passing it back to the keeper? And possession will be key, and he can't keep kicking it into the stands and stuff like that. So I think it's just more about
the only goal I can remember us letting in from possession based going back. The keeper was against Bournemouth last year when they played the ball back, and the keeper made a mess of it.
And he slipped.
But hang on, that was Dubravka, wasn't it?
But hold on, Jamie, hold on. If we qualify for the Champions League, right? Would you be happy?
I think it'll change, won't it?
No, but would you be happy? Would you be happy with Nick Pope going into the next season?
Well, no, probably I would want an upgrade in goal.
Okay, then. So this
is what we're saying. Yeah.
So that's what we're saying, man. that's what we're saying. Just because we're from London or America doesn't mean you make you right, man. Just because you're from Newcastle. So come on, man.
Well, how do you know I haven't got inside knowledge, eh?
Ooh, ITK alert. But one player that does not need sold whatsoever is this guy right here in the 90th plus minute, man. Look at the way he's running. I can't play the whole thing, per play, but Tonali gets the ball there, and he is just going and going and going and going and going.
He is our best midfielder.
He's the best. He's the Newcastle's best player, by the way.
Cash in on Bruno. I know this sounds crazy.
Oh, come on, man.
Honestly, I think now the time's come. Now the time's come.
Wow. But we ain't got enough midfielders, man.
I think he's a big character.
Is Bruno 28?
27.
Yeah.
27.
By the way,
I think we can get good money for him because what I've seen now is Tonali's influence is so big that sometimes Bruno can coast for a game you don't even know he's there. The way Tonali plays, he pretty much does the job of two men.
Yeah,
and what you could do is buy a proper number 6. I'm not talking about an expensive one.
You can't get Declan Rice.
Get a proper number 6 and sit him in there, and that will even release Tonali because he can do the 8 and the 10.
Yeah,
he's got more leg speed.
I think Tonali is playing the way he's playing because he's playing centered.
Yeah. I think it was that recovery for me when Shaw slipped.
Yeah,
that to me. He had 15 yards to make up, and he got himself hurt, didn't he?
With his
he got a kick on the heel. Yeah, exactly. That was superb. That was absolutely fantastic.
He was the man of the match. He was man of the match.
Oh, by far.
Yeah.
Well, we put up a poll quickly around midday today. We have 487 votes, and Tonali got 61% of the votes for man of the match. Harvey Barnes 39%. Bruno only 1%.
Bruno, I don't think Bruno had a great game. I don't think he had.
I'd like to give a little bit of a shout out to
him. Yeah, people are shouting out Livramento because he says
no. That's what I'm saying. You see, Tino, what they've worked on his use of the left foot because you remember at West Ham, he kept on checking back and slowing down the plays. But since then, he's a different animal. He's beating men and he's using his left foot.
He's using his left foot more than Hull, isn't he? He's naturally left-footed.
Is there an argument that Tino's better at left back than he is at right back?
Yes, defo.
Yeah.
Stats tell you that.
Because Hull can't play right back.
It's like do you remember Spinazzola? I think he had a good Euro 2020.
Euro 2020, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was like inverted fullback, wasn't he? Where he was a right.
I was just going to say, the only team in Europe to have 2 inverted fullbacks. We just play narrow. We don't go wide. We just keep narrow, lads.
No, big up Tino, man.
I mean,
he's been the one.
Yeah, well, he's been playing really good. I don't know. I mean, I'm still going with Lewis Hall when he comes back, so I don't know.
Yeah, I probably. But how long do you think it takes before Gordon comes back in the team?
Well, that's a big question.
Oh, it's a tough one, isn't it?
He's got a fight on his hand, hasn't he?
Where could you put?
I think it's probably. You can't drop Barnes or Murphy at the moment, can you?
No, absolutely not.
You could rotate because we've got 3 days. Like we've got games back to back, haven't we? So maybe for Villa, like.
Yeah. But you still go out there to, for me, it's a case of if nobody's showing signs of fatigue, muscle soreness, or anything else, you stay with the same side. You don't change that winning mentality.
But do you
think like against Man U, you make the right subs at the right time, come the hour when you know you've got games coming up that you need the lads to have a rest. Take your main players away.
But do you think if hypothetically, if Barnes had a really bad game against Palace, do you think Gordon comes and starts the next game?
Yes.
I think it gives.
Yeah, but that's harsh though, because that'd be one game.
Yeah, but, Eddie, Gordon's Eddie's favourite, and I think he just needs the excuse just to get him back.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's why I don't think it's a hard question, because I think that's Eddie Howe will look at Gordon and with the same eyes he looks at his wife and say, I cannot sub you.
No, but Barnes might continue to play well.
That's fine, but Dubravka was playing well. What are you talking about?
No, but then Dubravka started to have a couple ropey games.
Man,
so
don't do that.
That was an excuse.
No, man.
It weren't enough to be dropped, though, D-man. Come on.
No, it wasn't. But he's looking for the excuse. He's looking for the excuse.
Yeah, exactly. He's looking for the excuse.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if Barnes has maybe one bad game, then. But if he's playing well, I just don't think he can. I don't think. What message does that send to the rest of the team?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The only thing that got me was the fact that when Barnes went over to the right-hand side, can Barnes still be, instrumental by playing on that right-hand side? And I can't understand the drop-off from any other player apart from Murphy. Even Gordon, when he goes out to that right-hand side, they become non-existent. They don't get involved in the game anymore. It's as if the football brain switches off to a degree. It's exactly the same. It doesn't change the style of play because you're on the right-hand side. It just means that it's a bit more difficult to come on the inverted side, so you have to go wide. And don't get me wrong, I've been one of Barnes' critics because I have seen him. Barnes is very much a confidence player. He's a mental player. And while he's on a high, you can't bring him out because as soon as you bring him out, trust me, it'll take months to get him back to where he is in the minute.
And he tends to come into the centre a lot better than Gordon does. Like the first goal that he scored, and the one against Leicester as well. He's in that central position and he's there ready to get the ball to put in the back of net. Whereas Gordon his positional awareness when he's not on the wing, it's not as good. He's not as decisive as Barnes.
Yeah, but see, is this lining us up for Cunha playing in that 10 role? You know what I mean? Are we trying to get that? Are we trying to bring in that Cunha 10 role? Who knows? Because to me, Harvey Barnes is a good number 10.
Exactly. If we get 4 in midfield, we're cooking. If we get 4 in midfield, we're cooking.
Cunha is good, man. Cunha is good.
He's quality.
One person that's been sacked effective immediately has been Mighty Win, and he is chatting on there saying, when our wage bill compares with the big boys, only then can anyone be dissatisfied with what Eddie and this squad have underachieving. They're all performing miracles, says the Mighty Win. Actually, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that to a certain extent because with a worse squad, we finished in Champions League. Worse squad. This squad is miles better than the one we had when we finished. Although Isak was playing at the time,
it's a bit more competitive now. The other teams it's a bit more competitive, and they've got better squad.
And by the way, we got a good squad. We don't have a full squad, as in we can't have a squad to play, a second lineup to play against the big boys, maybe. But we don't have. We have
we've got quality. We've got quality.
Actually, only Tonali and Tino.
We got the best midfield in Premier League. Who's better?
Yeah, but I'm saying as a squad, we've got everyone around us has got a stronger squad than us that we're competing with.
I agree with that. So
we've got to rely on them staying fit and less fatigue as well. Forest have got a quality squad, like a big squad. They've got a big squad.
But as far as the 11 is concerned, we can't really keep using that underdog.
No, the 11. We've got a strong 11
because we got the best striker in the league.
11,
midfield.
That's
we got the best
challenge this summer.
The fullbacks as well.
Squad strength.
We got the best fullbacks in the league.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is hypothetically, don't want to tempt fate, but if Tino goes down injured or Tonali goes down injured, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We'll turn into Leicester.
I think our issue is going to be
our issue. Centre halves.
Our issue is going to be when we play that extra game in Europe. I mean that's going to be.
No, I think we'll learn from that. We'll add to the squad. We'll get numbers. I think we'll get numbers. But from now to the end of the season, like even the 2 games we've got coming up, Palace and Villa in quick succession, the squad, the health of the squad is going to be tested. The fatigue levels are going to be very much tested, and these are 2 tough games. And I don't think he's going to rotate. I don't think we will rotate for the games, and I'm not saying we should, but it's going to take a lot out of them.
Well, talking about the
Joe
2 tough games,
still walking the yellow card type route, isn't he?
Yeah,
he gets booked on Wednesday night. He misses 2 games. That would leave a hole.
Yeah, these play very similar formation to how Amrin wants to play, which is his 3-4-3 system. You watch how Crystal Palace played a lot better than Man Utd did.
Yeah. That's the toughest game we've got at St James's.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's easy. I think we all think it's great beating Man United. You still think of them as a big club, which of course they are.
Just a badge,
but it's undoubtedly that the tougher match is going to be Wednesday night.
Agreed.
Sunday was it was 4th against 14th, and it
depends if they bounce back from the 5-2 defeat, or if they kind of
that was useful.
Saps them. I don't know.
Remember, Mark Gray, he was suspended for that game. He's back.
And someone else was.
Yeah.
There was 2 players.
They had Lamar in left centre back, didn't they?
Yeah.
And Mateta got taken off.
Ketia was suspended, wasn't he? But he doesn't normally start.
No. He doesn't start now.
But Mateta went off at half time, didn't he?
Yeah.
I don't know if injured there is tactical.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Well, there was a report saying that he'd got a tight cough and that it was resting him for the Wednesday game because they think this game is the tough game.
What a wuss.
Yeah.
Talking about Crystal Palace, by the way, according to Sky Sports, Newcastle are planning to go for Ebereki Eze. So would he fit in reportedly £60 million?
Yes.
Another left-sided player.
Another left-sided player, yeah.
No, but he drifts. He drifts centrally. He can play the 10, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have anybody to play. I mean, we don't have a spot to play center.
Good player, but
So why do you want Cunha then?
But
Cunha can play across the three, can't he?
Yeah.
But hold on though. So okay, well let's try to use what Eddie Howe does on the pitch to be able to. If he has never, you think he's never used a 10 because he doesn't have a 10? No, Almiron was a 10. He could have played there. Barnes could play there. He doesn't use them because he doesn't want them.
Didn't he want Maddison?
He wanted Madison.
He could play it. He played the 10.
But Madison could be a midfield as well.
His numbers aren't that good though, are they? So
they're not. But he wanted him. That's what I'm saying. He wanted him, and effectively he's a number 10. So Eze, if you watch Eze, because remember I go to the Palace every other week.
We know, man.
Eze doesn't play on the left. He doesn't play on the left. He plays centrally. Yeah, he gets the ball and he drifts. Could
he do an effort on the right?
We'll have to drop Joe Linton.
Get him Burmo. That's the one.
Well, if we go for Eze, then I mean,
if Joe Linton, no disrespect. If we're going to evolve as a serious team, eventually he's going to be the weakest link in the midfield.
Yes,
he is.
He is.
So
that's why I think Cunha's a smart signing, because someone showed a diagram on X that a lot of possession where Cunha's picked up the ball has been in the left central midfield slot and attacking midfield. That's where he's popped up the most, and that's Joe Linton's channel. That's why I think he's a smart signing, because he can cover midfield and he can cover the front line, cover the striker as well. You can rotate.
It's whether he keeps his head, isn't it?
I just feel like you need somebody. We need somebody like Joe Linton, though. I don't know if necessarily if you bring somebody like Cunha can play a little bit lower, and it's a midfielder more than a 10 per se.
We're becoming little Brasilia.
Yeah, man. Now we're gonna be.
That's a
need
lot
to
of
bring
cards.
that yellow strip back.
I agree with Steve. Steve, by their way, says talk about who we bring in. We don't need to sell our best players. I agree with that. I wouldn't be selling none of our players. I wouldn't. What's the point?
That's about it.
Well,
Depends
none of
on
our
PSR,
best players. I said.
Depends on PSR, isn't it? We're still waiting on this ruling with the whole.
Man, we're still gonna be bringing in this PSR thing after we haven't bought a damn person.
Well, I reckon there's 60 million to spend before June the 30th.
Well,
they reckon there's money there.
Well, let's say 60 million.
Well, that's why they didn't go into the January window. They wanted to hold back because there's going to be people, Man U,
selling
Chelsea,
June the 30th. Yeah,
absolutely, because they are all at the ceiling of PSR.
Yeah. I like Semenyo too, man.
He scored today. Yeah,
Semenyo is he's underrated, man. I tell you.
But if we get Champions League, what about Jonathan David? Because he's available on a free.
Well,
he's Champions League quality. He's Champions League quality, and he doesn't cost us anything.
Champions League quality in France, man.
He'd be back up though, wouldn't he, for Isak?
You can qualify for Champions League in Latvia too.
Hold on, Bruno was Champions League quality in France.
But Jonathan David, man, come on.
Where do we get Botman from?
I will get 2 Jonathan Davids in the game.
Lil.
Yeah, no. Listen, but I respect other leagues, but I'm not gonna be Jonathan David. Is all this. Jonathan David's got a lot of, he's gotten famous for nothing really. I mean, he's a good center forward, but
Chris.
He's a good center forward, man. But he ain't no Ronaldo. So I don't know why people talk about him like Barcelona were trying to sign him. Like, I don't know, man. Well, listen, he's gonna be a backup anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how it bolsters the squad. I
don't know how you sell that to him though. How do you say to him you're going to be back up to Isak?
You don't. You just buy him and
I'll tell you what. If we get Jonathan David, this is what they'll do. They'll play him on the right hand side, or a backup to Isak to acclimatise to the Premier League, with the intention, I'm telling you, to sell Isak and he takes over. eventually.
Because Isak will be going to Barcelona, guys, once Lewandowski
Let's be
is
honest.
ready to pack
We've got
up.
one more
It's
season
true,
of
though.
Isak. We've got one more season of Isak.
Get out of here, man.
People need to get ready. Like, he will be going at some point. He will
Why?
be going. If we get 150 million
Come
or
on.
whatever it is,
With all due respect, Chris. With all due respect.
I love Newcastle, but he's not going to be with us forever, guys.
This is
We're
what I'm
not
saying.
Real Madrid.
This is the best striker in the world, you know. This is the best striker in the world. And no disrespect, we love Newcastle, but come on. If you're the best striker in the world, you've got visions of playing for the top.
But that's
teams.
what that means. That's what that means. So only Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich can afford him,
and they will come for him.
Liverpool?
That's fine. Then actually, not even Bayern Munich because they got Kane. So that's fine.
Not in the summer. The following summer.
The 1 year, the year after.
But Lewandowski's on his deathbed.
If you remember Liverpool, when they sold Suarez, because they didn't have any proper succession planning, they struggled to replace a player of that ilk. The same with Gareth Bale at Spurs. They wasted the money. We have to be prepared to know that probably in the next 2 seasons, Isak will be gone. If you sign someone like a David, give him time to acclimatise, be part of the squad. You've got Acuna there as well. In 18 months, 2 years, it's like, okay, we'll be ready for it. I just think people need to kind of, I know the romanticizing is natural as a fan, but some of these top boys, they may be moving on unless we suddenly win the Premier League.
They could move on, but I think they're part of a very ambitious project, and there's a lot to sell to them at the moment. So.
And by the way, hold on, Mbappe is the center forward of Real Madrid, by the way.
No, forget Real Madrid.
No, but only Barcelona could be. Barcelona could be, but so that's one. But I would take my chances when there's only one.
PSG, because if they win the Champions,
he ain't going to PSG. He ain't going.
Hold on, if they win that project at PSG is excited now.
Yeah. When they had Messi, Neymar, and Sergio Ramos was the same. But
they were a collection of stars. Now they're a team. Look, you saw what they did to Liverpool.
Man. I like Luis Enrique.
What they did to Villa. They could win the Champions League. If they win the Champions League, that immediately boosts their profile.
Yeah, but that ain't go.
And they've got the money to spend.
If he goes to PSG, it'll be because of money. Because they'll offer him Qatar money without going to Qatar.
No, but a chance to win the Champions League. A better chance of winning the Champions League.
No, man. What?
They're practically in the semi-finals now.
Listen, man. In this format, we got a really good chance.
I'm not saying next season. Yeah, but the season after that, I'm telling you, unless we can win the Champions League or go really far win the Premier League or really far in the Champions League, he's gonna cut, man.
I agree that we need to prepare. But Jonathan David ain't the answer. Trust me. He'll be a nice answer for now, but he's not Isak type.
No, nobody's Isak. Who's Isak? Nobody's Isak.
Hey, listen, man. If he wants money, if Isak wants money, because that's why he would go to PSG for me. That's what I think. Because I don't think people look at PSG and shaking their boots.
Look at the. I can't pronounce the winger's name. I can't come up with whatever his name is. The one with the funny name. Yeah, him. And then you got that Doué guy. You've got Dembele. Come on, man. They've got
Dembele, man. I've been watching Dembele since he was in Barcelona. He was trash.
He's not bad now.
Exactly.
But isn't it funny how certain individuals click with certain formations and coaches? I think you've got to believe in the coach and the like you said, it's not the here and now. It's that plan for the future, isn't it? And I think if you can believe in it and you can go and run with it, Dembele certainly looks a different player now than he ever was before.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a lot of questions to be answered this summer. With a lot of players.
Hey, did you hear the one about De Bruyne today?
De Bruyne,
have you not heard it?
He wants to stay in the. He might stay in the Premier. He said he might go to another Premier League club.
Did you not hear it?
I did not.
Have you not heard that? Oh my God!
Right wing.
Apparently, and again, I don't know. I don't know how these are rumours or it's an ITK that's just taking the P. That has been somebody contacted De Bruyne's agent and said, "Is there a possibility to stay within the Premier League?" And his words were, "If you can give me something to stay for, and it doesn't have to be wages, then I would think about it. I would seriously think about it."
I would take De Bruyne.
Of course.
Of course. But you say of course, but a lot of people say that he's washed up. He needs to go to the MLS.
Yeah,
I don't agree with that.
I did. Yeah, I did.
There you go. You did.
Couldn't. You couldn't play him game after game, mate. It's impossible.
No, you couldn't. But that's not what you need, though. That's not what you need. You need.
You play him in the Champions League. That's what you do.
And let me tell you something. He was injured for 20 years before he came on, and he came on against Newcastle, and he won the game for them.
Yeah.
Remember that. So you need those. Those are winners, man. You need those as well. People that won't shake in their boots when they're playing against big teams.
De Bruyne to Isak. What?
Man, I would take that in a heartbeat.
I bet he goes to Chelsea.
Oh, don't
say that. Don't say
why would you do that?
Say, you've just bought me supper.
Remember Lukaku did that, didn't he? He went back to finish his story, didn't he? So De Bruyne might do the same thing. It's a good
he remembers how Chelsea treated him, man. He ain't going back there.
I was going to say, he ain't going to go back there.
Hey, man, you got to give him something, to stay for as he wanted. But a lot of people look at the Steelers don't want De Bruyne.
What? Who's the one number 17?
Depends on wages, doesn't it? If he's on 3,
even Brent, De Bruyne is washed.
What?
Brent, come on, Brent.
Brent, you're living in the clouds, my friend.
No, Wilson's washed.
Wilson. Yeah. Wait. Question: do we think that Wilson's going to score a Premier League goal before the end of the season?
Yes,
no, come on, man.
Because he looks bad. He looks bad.
I don't even. Has he got one on target yet?
Did he even touch the ball yesterday?
I don't think he. Well, I think he may have done once, but
you tell me why Osula can't just play, man.
He looks like a rugby player. He just there to fight defenders.
He's eating too many. He's eating too many fish and chips from.
I've been screaming for Osula.
Hey, he's been eating the fish and chips that they gave me over there at the Granger Market. Man, he looks a little heavy, man.
I think he's got a couple more goals in the tank.
Well, but literally,
Ipswich. We got Ipswich at home, didn't we?
Yeah, that's Wilson, hat-trick.
That's the one.
You'll
take a penalty. You'll take a penalty.
He's got 49 goals for us, hasn't he? And he's got 93 Premier League goals or something.
He's been stuck on 49 forever.
I was going to say, for a while.
Got that one against Burnley.
Hey, look at this one, though. Adrian Pickett says Graham Jones knows KDB pretty well.
Belgium, yeah, that's true.
Oh, do that? Yeah, well, I guess so.
There's a connection there, yeah.
That's a connection, boy. But, hey, we're just hoping and dreaming because Eddie Howe doesn't like that type of players, man.
See, Chris, this is what I'm worried about in this next window. I want to see how him and Mitchell work together. I know people are talking about Tyler Diblin and that. Yeah. We ain't got time for all this, paying nearly 30 million for a boy that got, one goal this season?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
We can coach him. We ain't got time for that.
Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin. Who's the other losers we've been linked to? Just get the top players in. When I see Cunha and that, I was getting excited. Get the big boys in. We ain't got time for all this coaching business. Just get the top boys in and let's go for it, man.
Well, I think we're going to get James Trafford, aren't we? By the sounds of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't get Jefferson started on that one, please.
Man, I would rather Nick Pope in goal than Trafford.
Really? I like Trafford. I think he's
you know, the last time he was in the Premier League, he conceded over 60 goals in 28 games.
Yeah, but he was
shocking.
He was a naive young boy. He's grown now.
Everyone says he was good because he had a good under-21 tournament, and that was about 3 years ago now.
And he can pass the ball.
He's not the caliber required for a Champions League club, in my opinion. Well, definitely not to start anyway.
We screwed up on Mama Dashvili. That's what we did.
That was the one.
We couldn't spend, could we, unfortunately? We got Demos instead. So.
Come on, man.
Did you see him on the bus? He was gassed.
He's got a cheek. Sit down.
Come on, man. Hey, somebody told me these are the fish and chips that Callum Wilson's eating, man. Come on, man.
Wow.
Hey, what's up with that, man?
That can't be real, that.
That's amazing.
That's quality.
That is, boy. I saw that. I was like, wait a minute. Yep. So yeah, I mean, he's got to go, and we got a lot of work, man. People, the cup's won, so everybody's happy. No, man, we got a lot to work.
What's everyone's thoughts on Willock?
Actually, we did have a question in the chat by Connor. Let me see. Let me look for it. He has a question.
Willock, by the way.
Panel, should we sell Willock this summer?
Yes.
If there's a replacement, yeah.
Yeah,
My
I
heart
think
says
he
no,
gets
but my
Yeah,
head
but
says yes.
What's a replacement though? Because that could be anybody.
Another player, same position. So if we get De Bruyne,
Any midfield.
sell
Woo.
Willock,
But let me
and
tell you,
let
10
Longstaff go.
10 Willocks don't make a De Bruyne, man. Come on.
Yeah,
I
so
just wish
I'm
Willock could
thinking
just. I
Miley.
don't know, man.
because we've
Miley's
got what
there.
now?
What about
We've got
Miley though?
6 midfielders.
Maybe Miley needs to get time.
Yeah, but we still need more. So
And
we've
what's
got
up with that, by the way?
Longstaff and Miley.
Don't get me started, Chris. Don't get me started.
Agreed that we do need more than that.
Yeah,
We're
so
ruining his
Longstaff
development.
go.
He needs more minutes.
Yeah.
More minutes.
Yeah, what's up with that, by the way? Osula as well?
Asula's here for a good time, man. Like,
Wilson was pissed.
Osula's on the pint.
Do you see Wilson against Leicester?
Leicester.
Because Wilson actually pulled into a good position. There was a little run that Asula had. He ran past the players and he was waiting for the square. And then Asula skied it. And he was like, well. And he just ignored him.
Yeah, if we head down and drop that,
Yeah.
Nah, man.
It's funny how Wilson has short memories. I'm sure Barnes did the same to him not so long back when he could have squared it.
Yeah.
And he decided to shoot. Yeah, exactly.
Did you see Isak? Is it just me? He looked pissed that he didn't score. When Bruno's goal went in, did you see
it? Yeah.
He did a bit of a Cristiano Ronaldo, didn't he? He was just like, oh.
Even when Barnes went on that run, Isak was running alongside him, and Isak was like waiting for the ball to be played to him, like, and he
wanted that goal, yeah.
Well, that's the striker. That's the striker mentality, man.
Yeah, man. Well, look, I mean, Harvey Barnes. Remember the game prior? Isak could have passed him the ball, and he didn't. Boy, Harvey Barnes was livid,
he was fuming.
I thought he was talking. I thought he was doing that to the referee because I never. But he was giving it to him, man.
To Isak, yeah.
He was giving it.
But you see, Gordon and Isak get into it a couple times as well, like when one should have passed to the other.
Yeah, but Gordon would just punch the back of your head and get suspended. So yeah, but. Anyways, one of the ITKs on X right now saying that Callum Wilson set to be offered a 2-year contract extension at Newcastle.
That was Will. Someone called Will or something.
Yeah, Will.
Well, I wasn't gonna do it. Go there, but yeah, I guess they.
It's probably if it's true, it's probably gonna be.
It's probably true, to be honest.
that Will, he normally gets a lot of stuff right. To be fair, though, to him,
yeah.
Oh my God! I've just seen it. No way.
Yeah, I mean, for what? That's what I just couldn't understand why.
And then Mark Gillespie 1-year extension as well.
Lascelles as well, wasn't it?
Lascelles too.
1 year, yeah.
Wasn't it meant to be 1 year? NUFC nursery homes.
No, because I think we need the English numbers for Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Oh man, they get.
Win if you want to do this. Yeah, with WrestleMania season.
Hey, undisputed, baby. NUFC. No, we got one for that. We got our WrestleMania's NUFC undisputed. When we go head to head, and we don't play around saying we got technical problems, so we don't argue. So you know what I mean? Come on, man. We ain't scared of the kitchen. We're in the kitchen. It's Hell's Kitchen in here, man. Come on now. When playing, my mic doesn't. I can't hear you guys, and he takes off. Come on, man, get out of here. Yeah. So I don't know about that Callum Wilson stuff, man. That is crazy. And you guys bring up Lascelles? What the hell? What are we doing here, man? You know,
this is the homegrown numbers.
That was an interesting stat yesterday that I saw, and I'd earmarked it for tonight. Was every single player at Newcastle United versus Man United that didn't play in goal or didn't play in defence contributed with either an assist or a goal against Man U. Did you see that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
8.
So
8 players.
all the players, apart from defence and goalkeeper, either had a goal or assist yesterday.
Six players, isn't it? Could all the midfielders?
Yeah, 6 players. All the midfielders and all the forward line.
Bruno scored, Tonali scored, Joelinton
couldn't believe it when I looked at that.
Murphy,
I'm like, wow, bringing that
Murphy
in.
and Isak assist, and then
Joelinton with the assist with the header to Bruno.
Barnes goal. That's it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see
Barnes'
the end
goal,
of the
second was an assist.
I'd love to see at the end of the season because I noticed James Bunce has been really involved. And I wonder what effect he's had in terms of like the training, the patterns of play, because the energy levels of the players seem really good. And I know we've had a few injuries, but they're not breaking down in the same way they were last year. So I think there's a lot of hope about, the new additions that came in the summer working well, and especially with the window with Mitchell coming as well. But I think Bunce, I wonder if he's had an effect on the coaching staff.
Do you think that? Remember, you talked about the first 15 games where we weren't playing well. Remember, we did look a bit unfit, a bit stuff. Do you think that was deliberate in terms of getting it? Because we didn't want to go gung ho from the beginning of the season. Maybe build it up from Christmas time when we went on that run onwards. Then we can give it, go full throttle, because you can't do it all season because we're going to burn out, and you don't want to burn out towards the end of the season like we did. That's probably why we failed to qualify for Europe last season. So maybe deliberate ploy to maybe take it easy a little bit and then step it up as we go along. Remember, Christmas time, we were the only team that didn't rotate. We played pretty much the same team for that 9-game period that we were winning. Maybe it was deliberate. Maybe Bunt spoke with Howe when they did this, tweaked it a little bit. You never know.
Yeah. All right. Before we finish, let's go with some comments and people here. Brent back in Jefferson says he's still correct about holding possession, though. One of the things that you were saying there. Yeah,
yes, Brent.
Sometimes we give the ball away. Adrian Pickett, yes, we need to develop our possession, especially with the Champions League next season. But we haven't qualified yet, so I mean, we got to do that.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Man like Adrian.
Yeah, John Boy says we got the right man for the job this season. Should be a reminder to fans that patience and trust in the process will get us there. With Eddie, we're in safe hands. Choppy, I'm with Gary. Likes of Paris Saint-Germain. Don't give the ball away. That's the Luis Enrique style, man. Luis Enrique, he's good, man. He can get on my nerves too sometimes, though, but he's good.
Very good.
He's good, man. He's got a great, it's a very unfortunate story as well in his personal life with his kid, man. That stuff would break you, man. Ashington says, Man U need to beat out of Europe. They are one of the stingiest clubs, says Ashington. Steve, the ever-growing list of clubs that get schooled by Newcastle that have the worst performance of the season, says Steve. Let me see more comments here. Toon says Tonali is playing this good partly because he has big Bruno and Big J on either side. Well, that's one thing. That's one way of looking at it.
I think he's better than both of them.
Oh, he is
100%.
That ain't even close, man. John Boy, we have an almost die squad and 7 games to play. We've been in much worse situations, and we need to get used to playing more games. Squad can hold for 7 games, says John Boy. Sam says if we're going to go to another level, our center backs got to be more technical, and also Mbuemo on the right.
Pace as well.
Yeah, speed.
Yeah, that's one thing. All right, then. So we'll call it off tomorrow. We got the presser, so join us at 10 in the morning in the UK. And then we got the preview for the Crystal Palace game tomorrow night. So please join us. It's been a great show. I've had the most fun this show ever in the history of this channel. Don't know why, but I'm gonna figure out why though. I don't know why.
You didn't enjoy the first 10 minutes that much, but
no, I didn't. Yeah, no, but after that, for some reason, it was amazing. No, man, we got the Turtle Hermit going. Mighty win. He'll be back though. He'll be back. I'm sure. And thank you to Gary. Thank you to DX. Thank you to Jefferson for coming, man. Appreciate that. Thank you to D-Man as well. 90s Mags on YouTube. Good stuff going on over there. So please join them. Google it. Put it on YouTube. 90s Mags. Talk about the tune. So if you're a Newcastle United fan, you need to be subscribed to that channel. And, of course, Roy and Jamie, who took off as well. I think he was having the same issues. I don't know. But we'll be back tomorrow once again. So please subscribe, hit the like button, become a member, and we will see you guys on the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
Peace.